It is Sunday after all, which means there are no rules. Rules are non-existent on a Sunday. Believe me. Hey, people.
Hey, people. Sseth here.
Yeah.
I broke my microphone again. These lines come directly from a $10 webcam. Elin has reached early access.
It has.
This is the equivalent of a CIA.
Has it released now? Checking Steam. It's still in early access. It's gone quite far though.
Putting crack in black neighborhoods, but for the neurodivergent community. Elin is a game where I imprison the elderly, turn them into livestock, and have them lay eggs to make a new generation of senior citizen. Naturally,
I've never been able to do that in my Elin save, but I did have a ranch of rats in Elona where I just bred rats and they made eggs, and you could turn the eggs into like ice cream or omelets or stuff like that. It was great. And if you're wondering why rats produce eggs, it's because everything produces eggs in that world. You put any creature in a ranch and they're making eggs. Don't question it.
every grandpa starts off as a baby, needs to be breastfed by other grandpas until they come of age, and fed a staple diet of pastured hay to grow old and brittle.
Yummy.
At which point, I mount them to a wheel of pain to generate electricity, so I can power my lights and watch Sailor Moon. I have a lack of beds.
I always struggle for electricity when in my saves. I thought you had to like get generators, which I think you only get through wishes or stealing, and that's not easy. But, yeah, you can put creatures on a wheel to. I'll have to try that out.
So there's a tower of pensioners stacked on top of each other every night. Each day, my population explodes, as a hot spring incubates faster than an actual womb. And each day, it contracts, as I put a for sale sticker on Grandpa's forehead. Legally, I have a license. Morally, I pay the church. In the same fashion as Bill Gates tortures his body double every day to evade karma, as long as I buy a letter of indulgence, I can sell
Build karma.
20 pensioners and still work off my karmic debt. I'm an upstanding citizen. They are untouchables, and I will not reincarnate into a water bug. But first, a message from our sponsor. At Raytheon, we don't just build missiles.
This isn't NordVPN.
We build memories. At Raytheon, we don't just neutralize civilians. We vaporize them.
Nice.
Raytheon. Because it's not just a forever war. It's a forever family. As the successor to Elona, which I reviewed over 7 years ago, Elin is a sandbox adventure like no other. Build a base, open your mailbox, receive spam in the form of a suicide bomber, cultivate 3 billion crop strains for testosterone, open a tourist trap and scam them for terrible prices, deliver vomit and feces for children's birthdays,
that's still
poison unsuspecting townsfolk, get engaged to your child bride, send her to be stoned at the gallows, pickpocket her engagement ring, marry a slime instead. Play music. Get shot dead because they didn't like your performance.
That's a skill issue, to be honest.
Nuking raw.
I think I started as a pianist, however you say it, last time I played, and if you can get pretty good at it pretty fast if you know what you're doing. And it's quite profitable too, so highly recommended. Just don't pick snail.
Flower. Wish for a Glock 17. Receive a railgun. Read Goblin Smut to learn their weakness. Throw your smut in the trash can and make the trash pregnant. Punch a hermit crab for so long it levels up. Enjoy hallucinations. Get cursed. Realize the cursed item you're wearing is made of food and eat it directly from your body. Get jumped by a pack of cows. Comply with their demands and brush their fur. Capture a bomb rock and host it as a parasite.
What was that?
Use its suicide attack to strip mine dungeons. Buy a tent. Use a paper material hammer to turn it into a portable pocket plane. Worship every god. Receive their apostles and artifacts. Abandon every...
On my latest save, I made sure to go for every god and get all of their companions and weapons. It was great. It took a while, but managed to get them all. Problem is, if you're using a weapon of a god that you're not currently following, it's less powerful. So you can get them all and give the ones that aren't so good to your followers, and then hold the one that is actually good. Hello, Bennis, if that is your real name.
Every single one of them. Roll a succubus and prostitution max your way to insane stats. Murder someone's son in cold blood. Bake their meat into a rotisserie chicken. Shit out a dream larva and blend it into the food. Feed it to their parent.
Never played a succubus character before. Are they really that weird? I have to try it sometime.
And make them fall in love with you. Make everyone love you so hard you recruit the entire city. Turn the king into a broomstick and ride him as he calls me a fat ass and tells me to lose weight. Whip him until he turns to prostitution. Some may describe Elin as a bizarre Japanese fantasy where you enact outlandish policies such as human rights or a mandate for everyone to wear panties. But that's not fully accurate. It's about paying tax. The karmic weight of missing my monthly tax deadline is 40 times more serious than unloading an assault rifle on a homeless beggar. This is a fantasy, funded by the IRS and TurboTax. On being asked his intentions for the game, Noah, the developer, had this to say. I simulate Tokyo Salaryman. You make no money because everybody live to 110 year old. And then you take your own life. Game costs $20, real good.
It is good.
Game costs $20, real good. You could be a chaos gene stealer with more hands than limbs. We don't care. Pay the state or suffer the consequences.
Tax is the worst thing about it.
This premise is about you getting suckered into owning land by 2 contract killers. Then sucker someone else into $20 million in debt for that same property. There's intrigue, politics, and lore, which you can ignore entirely as you read everyone's death log, which moves very quickly and contains a lot of slurs. Most of them from me, but I prefer this multiplayer, as taking the Moongate to visit a random Japanese base will instantly depress me, as I see his beautiful creation and compare it to my own O-Block ghetto favela.
Okay. I'm not great, but I think my land looked a bit better than that.
You can even put custom sprites.
Oh,
At the time, this is animated smut. This is preferable to getting one-shot by a death trap the instant you spawn in, or seeing a Boeing 767 approaching 2 skyscrapers, or loading into Outer Epstein, which has a one-tile entrance that takes off your clothes. Players will see their options for a pet, and most will pick the little girl. But if I throw a hormone drug in her face, she becomes a little boy. This presents the duality of a player base. Pedophile or pederast. Look, this is a setting where the surface went extinct and got repopulated by a cosmic mushroom, whose only reference point for how biology works is Japanese Daojins. That's why everyone lays eggs, because you didn't know any better. Everything is...
So that explains why every creature in Elona can produce eggs. Huzzah! There is lore behind it. It's not just a random roguelike fluff. I see. Unless he just made that up.
Is an opaque, esoteric mechanism with poor documentation, which the community abuses and exploits until Noah figures out a hotfix or workaround for their shenanigans. This is ignoring the fact that half a game is designed to troll you. Tick an innocent menu option to auto-pick up fish. Die instantly because you picked up a whale. Drink from a water source. Mutate horrifically. Play on permadeath. Slip on a banana peel in the Village of Atonement and lose everything. Get AIDS. Catching ether disease is a natural part of gameplay, and
I don't think I can play it with permadeath on because it's so easy just to... I guess maybe it could be fun if you really thought about what you're doing, but nah, not for me.
Progresses if left untreated. How do you do that? By playing basketball. To cure your magically inflicted AIDS, you must become Michael Jordan. The casino chips you earn can then be used for higher stakes gambling. This game is a constant gaslight. I came into this expecting fun. Now I'm paying tax and addicted to slot machines. I hope you didn't take an oath before starting your character, because the blackjack table is rigged. Save scum your way to the cure and live life as normal. There are alternatives, but that requires kidnapping little girls. Memes aside, what is this? It's single-player RuneScape with no level cap, and a crafting system that lets you recreate nearly everything you see. Towns, winter hot springs, beach resorts. You can even walk off a shore and build underwater. Everything builds into something, which can be dismantled to make everything else. Material alchemy is an art form, which lets us mine out entire dungeons and turn copper to cocaine. Nothing I say is an embellishment. I throw alcohol at my blue eyes white dragon, have sex with it, and end my turn. Understanding esoteric systems by absorbing every wiki article is the bulk of your experience.
Yeah, I definitely spend more time reading than actually playing, I think. What does this do? Which button is it for this? Control key? We'll need to... Okay.
You don't have to know Japanese, but they're
Okay.
more informative than
Good to
the
know.
porn-sick groomers that make up this game's English community, which is why they're partitioned away in an apartheid state. First starting off, any race or class is viable, and the possibilities are endless.
You're a fat, ugly Polish whore, or you're, I don't know, Jewish person, you're a black person, you're a rapist.
A Wraith Executioner can use mana as a second health bar. Combine this with worshipping Itzpalt or Hiromi, and you have an infinite health bar. Chaos Shape Inquisitor lets you save scum for hours, and ask if it's truly worth it, as you enter the void and get soundballed repeatedly. Or,
Nice.
if you're a masochist, you can pick Snail Tourist and put on permadeath. Everything now costs twice as much, but the trade-off is that Salt kills you.
Nice.
My Jury Warrior isn't meta. Her perk is garbage, and ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because I bring a small army wherever I go.
Yes.
Do not feel limited by your choices. With enough investment,
Just pump charisma and bring everybody along with you. It'll be fine. Doesn't matter if you're weak. Well, you can get just blasted from afar, but yeah. It works.
you can make anything work. Your objective is always the same. Get stronger by getting richer.
Get money.
So you can get even stronger to get even richer. Material capital will fuel your physical sociopathy. There's an infinite number of ways to do this, and these are simply suggestions. Invite residents to work your land and perform jobs and hobbies, such as gaming, gambling, gacha, prostitution, and self-harm. Set up delegated farming and automate crop rotations for passive income. Grow honey, turn it into wine. Grow mushrooms, turn it into wine. Catch fish, turn it into wine. Get paid a salary because people want to visit. Not for my impressive displays, but because I've stolen incredibly expensive panties from different NPCs.
They're an attraction.
The main way of getting stats is eating food. Thus, our only obstacle is our stomach. So, we apply the secret teenage girl technique of vomit maxing. We eat, we throw up, and then we eat even more. As we watch our maid pick up vomit like the peasant she is.
Probably don't try that at home. Seriously. But in-game, go ahead.
It's hard to gauge these values. Luckily, there's a variety of graphical and gameplay mods to augment your experience. Automate tasks and replace sprites with the horniest combait you've ever seen. Mpreg Scott the Waz milking machine? Sign me up. On top of this, the game itself has a lot of quality of life convenience. You can auto-dump your entire inventory, configure resource distributions, and even just Ctrl-F to search for anything on the map.
That's handy.
Everything is completely customizable. In my case, I've gone off a deep end and can no longer see what I'm doing. This is a game with problems and solutions, and dealing with the problems you cause along the way. Mass monsters are a special creature that multiply upon taking damage. There's a spawn limit of 20 monsters entering your base at any time. Taming a mass monster, putting it on the gallows, and sealing its offspring on a set of tiles 10 Z levels higher seemed like a great idea. Until I visited my base again, only to find out everyone is dead. It turns out 2 of my NPCs are coded to teleport directly to enemies, causing them to split and spill into the base, where everyone is too weak to one-shot them. So they infinitely replicate until they fill the entire screen. Conversely, the final boss is too hard for me to kill. By pure chance, I loaded into some Japanese guy's base, which had residents who were level 250,000. They're so high level, they take 30 steps for each of mine, which they spent on gambling, drinking, vomiting, and passing out at high velocity. I fed them aphrodisiacs, and one of them laid an egg. Microwaving an egg has a chance of exploding, which is incredibly funny in the middle of an orphanage. Explosion strength is tied to quality, and this one is 2,770.
That's a good egg. I wouldn't mind having that for breakfast.
Free. I heat the egg, and one-shot Inos, my party, and myself. This might seem
but it counted, right?
ridiculous, but the Japanese have already killed him with a beach ball and a banana peel. NPCs hold beach balls in their inventory when thrown at, and this one was modified by several thousand cursed scrolls of flying to weigh 10,000. So when Inos spawns in and charges, He slips in a banana peel and is crushed to death. The world is your autism playground. Join all the guilds, learn all the skills, whip pensioners on your cotton plantation. It's your fantasy. Now back to work, Cracker. I'm not here to tell you that unless you've got insanely high taming and throw love potions at a spiral king deep in the void so you can feed that breast milk to a chicken so you can genetically engineer him into...
I never went this deep into it, but now I might have to. How many hours do I have in this, by the way? Let me have a look. Elin. 350. I've played a bit of it. I've dabbled.
Into the strongest creature in the game that you haven't played the game. There's no win condition, only your creativity. So choose a goal, a direction, or a hyperfixation, and the rest is up to you. For as many turbo-level Japanese hypersweats at level 3 billion in the void, there's just as many who haven't even left their own base. So rest assured that no matter where you're at, there's some guy who spent his entire playthrough cultivating mushrooms, who has more money than the entire economy. In short,
that's my strategy for money early on. Turn mushrooms into beer, then start fishing, turn them into beer. Make beer out of everything. It's a good strategy, I'd say.
I love Elin. It's a very sweet, beautiful, and calming game that I can't help coming back to. The developer doesn't sleep. He pushes a new unstable build every night, and I wish him the very best. There's enough content for several hundred hours, and it just keeps getting better. I thoroughly recommend it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This video is dedicated to my ops, because I had a script ready after 50 hours, until I saw someone write a critical thesis about my Elona video, took it to heart, and played another 350. It was only later brought to my attention that the man who affected me so is a barely literate weeaboo who paid thousands of dollars for his cringe OC to be put into the game. He did all this so I could turn his waifu into a burger. Warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild, generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
You too. Oh, Elin is a ton of fun. I'll have to try out some of these next time I load up a save. The problem is I don't really want to start a new save because I've already done so much in my current one. And it's probably got so many outdated mods in it. Oh, pain. Anyway, we've watched 2 videos today. Revenge is a dish best served between bread. Yeah, any meat that drops, I'm pretty sure you can turn into burger. So anybody can be a burger if you try hard enough. We just paused it on Dr. Mr. Guy Man. I want to know who that is. Roy Green. Sam B. Elton John's ghost. Oh, what happened, Elton? Ethan. Saxon. Savage turnip. That's a vegetable you don't want to be turning into burgers. All right, get out of here, browser. Why am I doubled? You didn't see that. What is that? Why is that captured? You don't want to see that. Get out of here. Is that game capture? So it thinks my Vtuber program is a game for some reason. Speaking of games, why don't we get wizardry going up?